It's your boy, Jeff Jones.
You know who it is. It's the upset specialist in the house, Thomas Boykin.
Our boy
And
Mike Jones is not with us tonight, but we have a guest with us, Mr. Rob Boykin.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, y'all?
This is 234 Sports Talk, fellas. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's get
All right,
at
all
it.
right.
Boy.
Monday, it's about to go down. We finally arrived. Washington, number 2, versus number 1, Michigan, for the national championship in college football. Fellas, as we look at that game, how do you think this game is going to go down?
Whew. Unc, you got it.
He know me. I ain't holding no tongues. This is going to be a very entertaining game. I think it's going to come down to styles and which style becomes more dominant than the other. I give my edge to Michigan because of the ground game. I think if you're going to beat Washington, you have to limit what Penix can do in the air. The only way you can limit Penix is to run the football.
Yes.
Michigan is known for pounding the football. Their offensive line is very physical. Their ground game is very physical. The Penn State game, you keep in mind, you go back with the Penn State game, they threw one pass the second half and ran the ball the whole second half. So we know that's in Michigan's repertoire. So I give the edge to Michigan in this one. And I've been saying, as previous shows said, this thing has been tailor-made for Michigan to win all year. So I'm picking Michigan to win this one.
Okay. Well, y'all know I'm sure I can see my background. Michigan, of course, has they have their things that work in their favor. Pac-12 teams are generally speaking a little more faster. They can get vertical fairly well, but they usually have a tad bit of a weakness in the trenches. And when we're talking about guys like Blake Corum, if you have a weakness in the trenches, Blake Corum's rushing yards are going to look like Vince Young's passing yards at Texas. So, yeah, he's probably going to have a fairly a stellar game. J.J. McCarthy's going to look mediocre as usual. But he really doesn't have to really stand out too much when, they base their game off of what Corum kind of allows. They are a very run-heavy team. They're very run-first, and McCarthy is the sneaky third-down quarterback. This is who I'm running with. I don't care that I gave them all that credit. Yeah. Go Huskies. All right. I don't care what y'all got to do. Find some way to pull it out. I don't think y'all will, but I'll roll over my grave before I go for Michigan. So there we go. Huskies, let's go. Get it done. Sweet. There we go.
Well, Michigan is favored in this one, fellas. I think, and just in my honest opinion, I think that Washington is about to see something that they have not seen this entire season. You may say, what is that? Michigan defense. I think that the Michigan defense is going to be the key to this game right here, and that's why I think that they'll win this game. And I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything. I think it's going to be maybe I say 10 points.
Okay.
I got Michigan winning this one by 10.
Now, the only thing I will say about the Michigan defense, when you say that, the Michigan defense is going to see something that they've never seen before either. The Washington receiver core is not to be played with. They are very, very fast. They run really good routes. So that and Penix, if given time, Penix will pick them apart. So that's the one thing that Michigan definitely has to worry about. But
Agreed.
like I said, the great neutralizer with speed is always power. So, I mean, yeah, I got to lean towards the power in Michigan. That's just me.
Yeah, that's all very true. I see that. I checked my the score app. Michigan is a 4.5 point favorite. I think that's a little low. I think it should be. Jeff, we're talking about 10. I think 10 is more fair than 4.5, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm not gonna upset Woody Hayes. I'm gonna upset myself. I'm not going for it. All right, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So again, go Huskies. I won't tell you guys what I would do if I was betting on this game because I'm not. But hey, I'll go broke if I bet on those boys. But just saying, yeah. But go Huskies though, yeah.
Well, we shall see, fellas, what happens. We shall see. But I believe that Mr. Boykins, the upset specialist, he called it a few weeks back when he said that this is tailor-made for Michigan to win it all. And our boy Mike Jones, he said that the Huskies would win it all. Well, one of these guys is going to be right. We shall see.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Did you guys see it last night? Turning our attention to the NBA now. Did you guys see it last night? I'm telling you, Giannis and Victor I can't even pronounce his name. Wembanyamma. Wembanyamma, they went at it last night. They went at it last night. And when I tell you it was a showdown, the Bucks, my Bucks, were able to pull it out 125 to 101. I thought they were going to lose the game. Really did. But they put on a show. These two giants put on a show. What do you guys think about Victor Dub? That's what I'm going to start calling because
I like that. I like that better than Wemby.
Victor Dub.
I like that.
You guys think about this giant, man, 7'4", man, doing the things that he did last night, man, especially throwing it off the backboard and slamming it, man, like he was playing 2K. What do you guys think about this young talent?
He can almost change up the Volkswagen, call him V-Dub. But Wembanyama is an exceptional talent. He's always improving. He's always finding ways to improve. I love his game. He's definitely going to have San Antonio, in the long run, he's going to have San Antonio back in the thick of things. I think they still need a couple of pieces around him to help him out, but they're still going to press around and be a factor later on. But they're on the right path right now. As for Giannis, Giannis is Giannis. Giannis is
yep.
Giannis is just Giannis. He is who he is. He's worked hard at being a pro. He's worked hard at winning games and won his championship. He's just trying to stay relevant, and I get it. And he works hard at trying to stay relevant. So kudos to them for pulling out a close win. I'm sure Wembanyama definitely got his attention with size and athleticism. So it's a good win for the Bucks, but he's also been put on notice. San Antonio is on the horizon.
Fellas, let me throw these stats at you, Rob, before you step in here, okay?
Okay.
Last night, Giannis Antetokounmpo went for 44 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists. While on the other side, Wembanyama went for 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist. And might I add, he had like 5 blocks. I mean, it was a war. All right, Rod.
So first things first, I didn't realize Giannis had so many assists. Hey, so when he can score, so his scoring clip can normally sit around. I believe he's sitting at about 29, 30 this year for the season, and I believe about 11 rebounds too. Giannis is one of the better players in this game, but what separates him from what I think the best player is, being Jokic, is the passing. When Giannis starts having 7 assists, that changes just the whole dynamic of what that team can do because they have a ton of talent with him anyway. So when he starts passing like that, they're definitely going to be harder to beat, especially for a team who's trying to gel together like the Spurs are. Now, 5 blocks, I mean, that kind of speaks for itself. Wemby's great. Wemby is like a new, like hybrid Yao Ming, and that's scary. That's he's definitely an anomaly. With his size, his speed, and he can kind of handle the rock a little bit too. So I think once all those things are incorporated into the Spurs game plan, they have to give him the ball though. Last night they gave him the ball more than they usually do.
Yeah.
Jeremy Sohan and that Carrington Johnson, get that man the ball. Okay, get that man the ball. Those seats are filled because of him, not y'all. Sorry to say it, but it's the truth. But overall, a great game. I was expecting a blowout. And it was not. They gave me a show that was playoff-esque. So shout out to both teams, and that was a great game.
Yeah, it was a great game. Another game last night was Denver Nuggets playing the Golden State Warriors. Denver Nuggets were down, but they came back towards the end there, and the best player in the game, Jokic, hit the game winner. Fellas, what do you think about not only the game last night, but Jokic?
Jokic is a dominant center. Yes. He does things that your average center doesn't do. He passes the ball well, he rebounds and understands positioning and understands how to put himself in triple threat position to where he can pass, shoot, or assist. So, I mean, it's hard to guard him. Golden State really had that game locked up, and they did something that was un-Golden State-esque, and that's take their foot off the accelerator. When you get a team like Denver down, you don't take your foot off the accelerator. You keep pushing. Well, we're up 18 with 5 minutes. My mentality as a coach, my mentality as a ball player, if I get you down by 18, I'm trying to get you down by 40.
Yes.
Just to make sure that your heart's gone. I don't want to give you no opportunity to win. That's just how I play basketball. I mean, that's just me. But kudos to them, although the game winner was from half court and Jokic didn't call bank, I'm sure, but
he did.
You can't do nothing but take it. It's a win. However you win, it's a win. So hats off to Denver. They are the defending champions, so they're going to get everybody's max effort every night. So they got to be on their A game to win. So kudos to them.
So I did not get a chance to see the game last night because I'm on Central Time, and those games start at 10:30, and I'm still active duty. Look, I'm going to sleep. But I am currently looking at the box score from last night, and from what I'm seeing here, I can see exactly where they lost this game at. So, one, it was a close game that did come to a very clutch shot, of course, by Jokic. But the main thing I'm seeing here is that Aaron Gordon had 30 and 9 rebounds. So let's just say this, right? Their main scorers, of course, Jokic and Jamal Murray. If they were to kick off for a 3, they usually take a look at KCP sometimes, but their main sniper is Mike Porter Jr. We all know that. Now, Mike Porter made 2 threes. He didn't really get it going too well. But for Jokic to have 34, Jamal Murray to have 25, and y'all let Aaron Gordon get 30, there is not a team in the league that will beat them if Jokic and Murray are both playing that well, and Aaron Gordon has 30 on top of it. There's nobody beating them. So I've got to say, Jonathan Kuminga, get it together. Aaron Gordon didn't wake up with 30 on his mind. And it is what it is. That's not how he plays. He has a role. He accepts his role. He plays it well. That does not mean that he is restricted to that role. You still have to keep him in there.
Right.
And couldn't let that boy shoot because he ain't the best shooter. But you leave open twice and you start feeling it, that's all he needs. He's a very, very confident player. So even without watching the game, I can tell that starting 4 spot is what caused the most trouble in this game.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, believe it or not, they miss Draymond Green.
Yes.
Because Draymond Green brings the physicality in the middle of the paint. And he's not gonna let Jokic just bull him over and do what he wants to do. And these guys that they played last night, he could pretty much get it. Any shot he wanted, he could get. And they're gonna call the foul, and it is what it is. So what they gotta do, when you get like your Clays and your Stephs, and they had a couple other guys that step up shooting threes, when you get on your hot string and you figure out what's working, you keep working it.
Yes.
Because you're not going to catch Jokic out there trying to guard a three-point shooter. It's not that. And you're not going to catch if you run your stuff right, Gordon's not going to guard a three-point shooter.
Oh my God.
And they let Gordon get away with guarding him on the perimeter. You can't do that as a guard. You can't do that. That's supposed to be instantaneous blow by, draw foul, or step back shot. Instantaneous. So
and real quick, just to piggyback off your main point of them missing Dre, I still have this box score pulled up. Jokic shot 13 for 16. He took 16 shots and for 34 points. That alone kind of speaks to your point enough as is. Like that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's got to be a way to where you can guard Jokic and at least slow him down a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you're just gonna let this dude go ham on the inside, then you got no shot. And if I'm playing on that guy and he's on my team, I'm dumping the ball in every time. Because he's gonna get what he wants every time. So I'm dumping the ball in. Dude, run to your spot, dump it in, do your thing. If you need me, I'm out here, kick it out.
Yep. Just like this right here. Come on.
Exactly. They collapse, I shoot. Simple.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's just basketball. If you look at what Denver does, it's basketball 101.
Yes.
It's basketball 101. Simple.
Fellas, when we look at this, sticking with the NBA theme here, you've all been watching. Of course, the Celtics right now are best in the West. My Bucks are 2 games behind. Then you got 76ers. It's a tight race between the Celtics, the Bucks, the Sixers. And then when you look out west, you got the Timberwolves in the #1 spot, 1 game above the Thunder, the young Thunder. Mm-hmm. And then you got the Nuggets right there at like a half game behind. Fellas, when you look at it, and then you can't forget the Clippers, the Kings. I mean, they right there, 3 games and 4 games. Mm-hmm. When you look at the NBA this year, who do you guys think of, when it's all said and done, who do you guys think will come out of the East? Who do you guys think will come out of the West?
Well, right now, like you said, it's in the Eastern Conference, it's a 3-pony race. However, I still would not factor out the Miami Heat. I still would not factor out the Miami Heat. They still been winning games, even with Jimmy Butler sitting on the sideline. So Spoelstra is one of the greatest coaches in the league right now. He's a mastermind at adjustments and make adjustments well. And he's not afraid of changing his lineup to adapt to what's going on.
Right.
So you can never count out the Miami Heat. But if I'm basing everything off of the here and now, off of what I see right now, out of the Eastern Conference, I would ride with Boston. Because they're playing the more complete ball of anybody else. Don't get me wrong, Philly is Philly. Milwaukee still got some defensive things to change around, but right now Boston is looking like my front runner in the Eastern Conference. In the Western Conference, it's almost a toss, but I'm still leaning towards Denver. I mean, they're the defending NBA champs, and they're playing like the defending NBA champs. So you can't discard the Nuggets at all. So I still think Denver gets it done in the West. They'll have a little more dogfight this year, but I still believe Denver will get it done.
Okay. So for me, I'm gonna start with the East as well. Um, I do like the fact that you mentioned the Heat and that we can't really sleep on the Heat ever. And one of the bigger pieces that kind of has them on this current this better trajectory, if you will, is they have Tyler Hero, and he's playing like we know Tyler Hero to play. I think if they had him in the finals, they win one more game, not much more. They'd probably win one more game because he is a walking 22, 24 points. That's a big, loss, like it is. But I would probably go with the 76ers, actually. I think that Boston, if you play defense a certain way against those guys, Kevin Durant and the Nets, play some doggone defense, then maybe, they can be a team that you can somewhat adapt to in a 7-game series. I think that the way the Sixers can approach all three levels, like, the wings, the top of the key, and the blocks, I think that matters a lot. And with James Harden leaving, we're starting to see Maxey grow into a young superstar.
Yeah.
And I think this year is kind of like his coming out party. And I think he's going to be a huge reason why they can come out of the East. I would say the Celtics behind them, and then the Bucks being third in that. The Bucks, in my opinion, some people may disagree. I don't know. The Bucks look good on paper. Okay, yeah. I still think they're a fairly, at least for the time being. I know that this. I would go as far as calling it a big three now because Chris Middleton's back to playing his actual normal minutes, and they found a way to work Dame at the 1, Middleton at the 2, and Giannis at the 4 or 5, based on the matchup. They have those guys working very well. Dame shoots them out of every game, and Giannis muscles them back into them. I don't think that works in the 7-game playoff series. I just don't. Dame has to become more consistent. We need Portland Dame back because Dame's shooting percentages in Portland weren't the best, but they were better than they are right now. So we just need him to get that comfortability back, and he'll be good to go with that. In the West, believe it or not, I do think the Nuggets are still highly favored with them having the third best record in the Western Conference. But I think the real killer for real is at that number 1 spot. I think the Timberwolves can do it because they finally figured out how to get some chemistry going. Where Rudy and Cat are not in each other's way. I like that. I like that. Cat's actually getting physical now a little bit. That's a shocker because Cat too big to not be physical. So thank goodness he's finally getting that together. I like the veteran leadership of State, Mike Conley. Mike, love to see it. But the big thing that I think works in the Timberwolves' favor is that that Anthony Edwards has put it all together. He's put it all together, and he stopped being the either drive to the cup guy and do a hard dunk or a nice lay or 3-point guy. He knows how to work his handles to get to a nice little stop and pop mid-range shot when he's starting off game slower to find his stroke. He's cool with getting 15 to 18 feet just to find his touch and then use the whole floor from there. I think they put his team together very well. What's my other guy? Nas Reed off the bench. He's like the Timberwolves version of Bobby Portis. That guy's getting it in. He is. Sleeper. I did not pay much attention to Nas Reed before this year. He has my attention. He just does. Yeah, I think if they keep it going at this level, they'll be a harder team to stop in the Western Conference playoffs, and they can then come out of the West because you cannot win in the West with one scheme. You have to have things you can adjust to when teams adjust to you. I think the Timberwolves are a very hard team to adjust to. I got them coming out of the West.
Sweet.
Well,
I like it.
let me add my 2 cents.
Okay, there we go.
Let me add my 2 cents. Let me start with the East because
Okay.
I just like the style, the brand of East Coast basketball.
There we go.
Well, I thought it was a big mistake when the Bucks traded away Drew Holiday. I thought it was a big mistake. I mean, I like Dame, don't get me wrong, but Dame can give you offense. And right now, Dame is not looking like Dame. Dame missed, I mean, last night he missed so many shots before, he started hitting some big ones down the stretch, but Dame is not looking like Dame, first of all. But what you get with when you look at Drew Holiday, you get defense and you get offense, and you get a true point guard. I mean, that can run a team. But when you look at Dame, you don't get that defense. I mean, sometimes on defense, to me, Dame look lost out there sometimes, just to be honest. But I think they made a big mistake with that, number one. And the Bucks need to find a defensive identity. They don't have it. That's what's going to hurt them. It's going to kill them in the playoffs. They better figure out something. I know you got some guys hurt, Jay Crowder, you got some other guys, but at the same time, I still don't see anybody that's injured or anybody that can really help them defensively right now. I think they're going to have to do something about that before the playoffs begin. But I look at I think the Celtics and the Sixers are the strongest teams in the East. Okay. And I think that the Celtics, to me, are the best team in the East. And I think now with the addition of Drew Holiday, the Celtics are the team to beat in the East. Now, if we step over to the West, I hear all, that was great, Rod. I mean, that was, the Timberwolves are looking good. And I agree with everything you said. They looking real good. But, man, when the rubber meets the road, I just don't see nobody. I think the Thunder too young. And, I mean, they're a good team. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, when it's all said and done, man, them Nuggets, man, like a fine-tuned piece of machinery, man.
Okay.
And until I see somebody take the Kings off their throne, man, I just don't see it happening. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go out on the limb, and I'm gonna say that the Nuggets are gonna repeat.
Okay.
You heard it here.
Now, I will say this. If my Lakers figure some things out, they can make a run. They got a couple of pieces that they got a couple of positions. They got a couple of positions to figure out.
Yeah.
But we understand who the guard is because AR is doing his thing. AR is doing his thing. But they need some other help besides AR, LeBron, and our center. It just needs a little more punch. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if they try to do the same thing they did last year at midseason and try to make some moves to try to make a run the second half. I would not be surprised.
So, question on that note. Even if that gets done, do you think that half of a season, especially the second half, is enough to build chemistry and do that when we're already midway through the playoff races and whatnot and seeing who's going to be where?
Well, if you paid attention to what they did last year, they did the same thing last year, and they made a pretty good run at a championship.
That's like an anomaly, though.
But this is the big thing, and this is the part that people don't get. When they played the Nuggets, your boy could get my center could get any shot he want over Jokic. He can get any shot he wants over Jokic. It's just a matter of, am I going to give it to you every night?
You know what? I can second that. That's very true. And I'm gonna tell you this. On behalf of one Southside Chicago, when talking about another Anthony Davis, he almost lost his Chicago card. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
Yo, he almost lost his card because that was crazy.
I mean, from my vantage point, the first game out the gate, he gave it to Jokic. I mean, he went at him toe to toe, and then after the first game, he just went to sleep. I'm like, come on, man! If you call yourself one of the dominant players in the league at the center position, dude, you gotta come with more than that.
I watched Game 3 in Memphis, celebrating my mother's birthday with her. Game 3. Now, I was out at a bar and I had a few to drink, so maybe I was a little, I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you this though, he looked scared. He looked scared of Joker. There was a play where Joker committed what the Lakers thought should have been an offensive foul, and I believe it would have put him at 4 in the first half. But his numbers were so great. LeBron and AD both sprinted to the refs to complain. Y'all snitching? Just win the game. What you snitching for? Like, they stopped everything to go snitch. Review it. Wait, not review. Man, y'all go win the game.
It's called make adjustments. That's what it's called. Make the adjustment. If that's what you're gonna do, make the adjustment. The IQ with basketball, you have to be in certain situations. You got to understand what you got to do to get a stop.
Yes.
You have to understand, okay, this is the schematics they're running. I have to run something to counteract it, but I got to be aware of the counteract for the counteract. So it's just a lot of moving pieces that's got to get adjusted in LA, but I still think they'll make a little run. I don't see them making enough run to win a championship. No, but I still think they should get in. Maybe win first round, maybe win second round. But other than that, nah. I still think the Nuggets win that. I still think out west as well, the Kings still are going to have something to say with it.
Yes.
I think the Kings are still going to have something to say with that. And like you were saying with the Celtics, Jay, I think the big addition for Boston is Porzingis.
Ooh, definitely.
That's the biggest upgrade for Boston is Porzingis.
I do also like how they they no longer have Marcus Smart, but what they did was gave you a Marcus Smart that has a little bit more of an offensive game in Drew Holiday. That pickup, like you said, Jay, that was fire. Those two pickups right there can make Boston a serious threat. But KP has his playoff demons as well that he got to get over. But
yeah,
solid dude though. Solid dude.
Oh yeah.
So
without question.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what comes of that. I'm excited for that.
I still think the other team that's on the rise out east, I think they'll come back around and make some more noise. It'll be Jersey. Not Jersey, but Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Dude,
I thought he was gonna say Indiana.
Nah, don't get me wrong, Indiana's playing good ball right now.
Thank you for saying right now. Thank you. They're cool right now.
Yes.
I don't think that's gonna last too long, mainly due to Miles Turner's inconsistencies. He's been playing his whole career.
Halliburton is keeping them in this thing though.
But for how long? Especially
exactly.
That's the key.
That's the key.
And please don't get me wrong. I'm not discrediting him. No, Halliburton is a player, and I think probably the best traditional point guard in the NBA today for sure. I'm not knocking that. I'm saying with that team, though, people have to understand, like those years when the Bucks weren't winning, championships and whatnot. People have to understand when you see a team Tuesday or Monday, and you see another team Wednesday, another team Thursday, Friday. You can't just sit down and fully focus on this one guy for day after day after day. In the playoffs, you can. Coaching matters.
Right.
It matters. And once you find that one adjustment and see, all teams can't make the same adjustment because the adjustment based on your personnel, their strengths, what they can do, and how that fits into breaking down the other team's offense. That's where I feel like the Pacers might struggle in the 7-game series. Game 1, game 2, they might look amazing. Game 3, that third game changes everything in the playoff series. Everything.
Oh, yeah.
Because now the pawns ain't moving just the pawns no more. Now you castling, you setting up the antennas, you playing real chess now. It's different. Hey.
The big thing is, like what Mike Tyson said, when your plan comes together and you get punched in the face and it don't go like you're supposed to go, what's your reaction going to be?
Everybody got a plan to get punched in the face. Exactly.
Everybody.
Exactly.
Everybody. All right, fellas, let's turn our attention to some NFL picks, man. I'm ready for this. I am ready for this. Week 18, fellas.
Week 18
NFL.
Yeah.
Week. Yes, man, I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of sad.
A little bit.
But let's turn our attention to some picks. Tomorrow we got a couple games. The Steelers and Ravens and the Texans and the Colts. So, fellas, when we look at the Steelers and the Ravens, who you guys liking in that game?
My sign says it all. My sign says it all. I mean, I wouldn't go that route. If Baltimore were playing their starters, I'd say we got no shot. Because Baltimore with their starters, they look like some giant killers. Seriously. But with them sitting Lamar and probably most of the starters, I look for us to win this one. And we need help to get in, so we need the Texans to lose, which I don't think they're going to lose to the Colts. And we need Miami to beat Buffalo, which that can happen. Because we don't know which Buffalo going to show up. So I like my Steelers still in a close game, but I still like my Steelers to win this one.
I see it being close as well. I do see the Ravens kind of, playing this game more like a, for lack of better terms. Well, actually, you know what? They will come with some aggression for sure. Honestly, I think even with a healthy, well, not that they're unhealthy, but with all their starters playing, with Lamar, with everybody else, this will still be a game. There's something about, and yes, he's already secured the winning season record for the 17th straight year being Mike Tomlin, but there's something about those last 4 or 5 weeks where I don't know what it is, but Mike Tomlin put some type of battery in the Steelers' back and they get it going. With that being the case, I definitely have the Steelers winning this since Lamar and those guys are sitting out. And I see them winning a 2-possession game. I don't think it'll just be like a 3 or 7 point win. I'm going at least 10. At least 10. And then you said, yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. Are we doing the other game yet, or no? You about to get into that?
Not quite yet.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
All right, fellas. I'm agreeing with you guys. If they're going to rest, if Baltimore is going to rest their starters, especially Lamar, I'm thinking that the Steelers are going to win this one. I think they're going to get a late Christmas present from the Ravens. All right, fellas. Next game we want to talk about the Texans and the Colts. Fellas, who you guys liking in this one?
CJ. DJ, let's go. Hey, look, I'm gonna get right into it.
He couldn't wait.
Of course not, of course not. So CJ, CJ really, really has impressed me this year. I think he's going to take home Rookie of the Year. I don't think that's really too debatable for the year that he started. There was a point in time where he was actually, I believe, third in the MVP race prior to him getting injured, and then he's kind of fell out of it from there. But he's having one of those years, and I know that Tank Dell and Noah Brown are both still out for this game, but there's something about when Tank Dell first went down, CJ Stroud and Nico Collins started linking up very well.
Yeah.
And don't think the Colts secondary have an answer for Nico. I just don't think that they do. So this should be fun to watch my Buckeye boy just terrorize the league one last time as a rookie. Because he ain't making them, well, I don't think they're making the playoffs. But point being, yeah, this is gonna be fun to watch because CJ's about to eat. And on Prize Picks, I'm smashing the over for his passing yard. You know I am. Let's go, CJ.
Don't get me wrong. I like CJ Stroud. He's having a phenomenal year. In my heart of hearts, I kind of already know that the Texans are probably going to win this game. But I need the Colts to win this game. I need the Colts to win this game so my boys got a shot.
Oh, so the Texans are in the run still?
Oh, they're still in the mid. They're still relevant.
Oh, okay. Oh, never mind, CJ. My bad. Okay, cool. Even better.
That's why. Look, they sitting one spot above us, and they got the lead on us because they've already beat us.
Okay.
So I need the Colts to kind of slow their roll a little bit, but But I got the Texans winning this one, but I'll be rooting for the Colts.
There we go.
I think it's gonna be a close one. I really do. I don't see either one of these teams just really getting off on the other one and tearing them to pieces. I think that the Texans will win this game. I got the Texans winning this one by 7. I say 7. All right, fellas, our next game, Jaguars versus the Titans. Jaguars versus Titans. Who you guys liking in that one?
I think the Jags get this one done. I think Mr. Henry's about on his last leg. I think everybody's adjusted to, you know what, we can key on Henry and slow down the run game. We're going to see if Tennessee can beat us in the air, which most times they can't. I'll take Jags in this one.
Well, I'm gonna go with Tennessee. I do think that I'm not even sure if Etienne's playing or not, but I know he's sometimes you get glimpses, of Clemson Etienne, and sometimes like, but what I do know is that as quiet as it's kept, the Tennessee Titans have a top 10 pass defense in the league. It doesn't do much for them in the long run, but they actually do hold teams to pretty decent passing yards and not necessarily just kind of taking the top off of them. So I think for the Jags to win this game, Trevor Lawrence is going to need to take the top off that secondary. I don't think they will allow that. I'm thinking Titans in a close one. And to piggyback off what you said, Derrick Henry is definitely on his last leg for sure. And like Ezekiel Elliott, it's not even fully the guy's fault. They came out in the same draft class because we actually beat them in the college football playoff that year. But point being, but the typical career span of a tailback is only like 5 or 6 years. I think he got both in like year 7 or 8. So it's about that time anyway. And they are also 2 backs that has to carry the load for their team. They got an absurd number of touches that most backs don't get. So I think that does kind of play against, the Titans winning the game. Now, can Henry still put together some nice games? Of course. I'm just not sure if that's something that you want to too much lean on at this point. But I think he has enough left in the tank, and that pass defense will hold up good enough for the Titans to pull this off in the closer. Yeah.
Well, I like the Jags win in this one, fellas. I
Okay.
think the Jags will win this one. I'm just not sold on Tennessee. I mean, they too up and down. That's
Yeah.
why I just can't see them winning this game. And the Jags, they they just look like the better team to me. So I got the Jags winning this one. And I think they'll win this one in a close one too. All right, fellas, how about the Vikings versus the Lions? Vikings versus the Lions. Who you guys like it in this one?
I think we'll see if the Lions decide to rest their starters or not, because they've already locked up the 3 seed. They may take this week off to try to keep everybody healthy because they know they got to play first round. But I still like the Lions to win this one, even though they really don't have anything to play for because their seeding is locked up as a 3. So I still got the Lions winning this one. I think if they decide to play them, this may be the last time you see Kirk Cousins in a Vikings uniform.
Any uniform.
Yeah, I'm hearing that they are going to rest most of their starters. That's what I'm hearing.
No, not for NFC North. Come on, not for the division. Oh, that's crazy. I don't like that.
They already locked in. The Lions are locked
They've
in.
already locked in the 3
yeah.
seeds, so they're not trying to.
Oh, man, let them get a half like a preseason game. It's a rivalry game. Come on, come on. So whether those guys play or not, it's gonna be one of these. It's gonna be
Bill covered up.
yeah. Y'all know one of those when you try to hide the report card from your mama? It'll be one of them. Yeah, it's good. It'll be up on them boys real bad. Either way, even without Laporta, who got his Pro Bowl nod, by the way. So shout out to the tight end Lions Laporta for getting that Pro Bowl nod. Yeah, but just between Goff and all those guys, it's just yeah. I am expecting with some guys sitting out. I am kind of expecting to see Jameson Williams, be a number 1 receiver and not just in the slot. Because he don't get that many touches. So I think this might be a good glimpse of what he can do and open up how teams prepare for them moving forward in the playoffs, because he's definitely an underutilized weapon. I think he can show his coaching staff and the other coaching staff around the NFL, yes, they got Laporta, but I'm still here. I'm still that same dude from Alabama that tore up every defense in the country. I'm still here. I'm healthy now. Remember, he had messed his leg up. Now I'm back, bro. So tomorrow will be a hopefully a big game for him to kind of put the league on notice a little bit. But yeah, it's be what it is, though. Yeah.
Well, fellas, the Vikings, man, when Kirk Cousins went down, that was pretty much it for them guys. And they look horrible right now. They look horrible. When the Packers went into Minnesota and put a whipping on them, I said, man, these guys look horrible.
I'm trying to add that in there.
You put the straps on.
Come on,
man. I like Detroit in this one. I like Detroit. Detroit is a physical football team, and I think even if they rest their starters, they at home. I think they still will come in and get the job done. So I like the Lions in this one. All right, fellas, how about the Falcons and the Saints? Falcons and Saints.
It's a battle of futility. I don't know which way to go with that one, because they both stink. The Dirty Birds are definitely dirty, and the Saints just ain't. So
Yeah, not wrong. You're not wrong.
Mike Jones got us hooked on the Falcons. Oh, something about them Falcons, man. We started following the Falcons, and the Falcons started tanking. So I'm gonna take the Saints, just to take the worst of two evils.
I'm sorry. Somebody said something about them Falcons. Yeah, what about them? Something. That's crazy. But I'll say that for another day. I'm gonna actually I'm gonna go with the Saints in this. Because I'm still a firm believer of the Falcons' Michael Vick curse. That's why he blew that 28-3 lead, and they'll never win nothing, never. And that's why. But the point being, but no, on a more present or like current note, they have to get Kyle Pitts the ball. We know who Kyle Pitts is. We know what he can do. Why is he looking at 3 or 4 touches a game? Get this guy the ball. That like you have a weapon and you have to utilize him. Now he is great at blocking. When he's in their schemes for running, he is like another lineman. But we saw this guy's a unit. Kyle Pitts was huge at Florida. He's a unit. He is. He's not the fastest. He looked pretty fast for a college level, but at pro level, he ain't that fast. But he's very tall. He's a real athlete. He can jump over other players. He just can. And he has hands. Get him the ball, But so they don't use their weapons properly. And yeah, they suck. Oh, yeah. I mean, sorry, guys.
Tell us how you really feel, bro.
No. Because you guys don't understand. I was in my mental thesaurus trying to like find something. I couldn't find nothing. Dude, they suck. Okay, I'm sorry. They suck. And to whoever said there's something about them Falcons, please tell me what that something is. I'm dying to hear this because I don't know what it is. But yeah, that's not going to go their way. It's just not. Sorry, no.
Well, I need to go get a coin so I can flip it.
Okay,
I'm gonna heads Falcons, tails Saints, man. And I think I'm gonna go with the Saints, and I'm just for whatever reason I'm gonna go with the Saints in this one.
Hey, that's like an old coin trick. What my dad used to pull: heads I win, tails you lose.
You lose. Yeah. All right, fellas. Our next game: Jets versus Patriots. Jets versus Patriots. Who you guys liking in that one?
Man, I hate to say it. But I gotta go. I gotta go New England because I gotta go New England. The Jets just have not figured out how to gel yet. Defensively, they're playing great. Offensively, they're lost. Yep. They're still lost offensively, and this late in the season, I don't understand how you're still lost. So, in this particular matchup, I'm gonna take the Patriots.
So, I'm gonna go with the Patriots as well. The Jets, I don't know what to make of them because I'm not sure if y'all saw it or not, but there was one point about mid-season. Did y'all notice Zach Wilson starting to get kind of hot?
Mm-hmm.
Died out real quick.
Yeah, hot and then not.
Like overnight too. It was crazy, but and as for the Patriots, they also are not. You know what? I don't know what to make of the Patriots. I don't know if they're really as bad as people try to say. Because is it Zap or Zappy?
Zappy.
Zappy?
Yeah.
He's doing with Mac Jones's crew what Mac Jones couldn't. And Mac would often have these little undertones of indirectly throwing his teammates under the bus, but then a younger guy comes in with the same unit and pieces things together a tad bit better. So it's really hard for me to say, oh, the Patriots just don't have it, they're trash. I mean, you can look at the paper and see, but I think Zappy's kind of like, well, no, we aren't having a good year, but he's gonna find the indirect way to say because your boy wasn't back there getting loose. So I do think he's gonna be the guy moving forward. I don't think that's rocket science. Yeah, he's a solid quarterback. He's not afraid to throw the ball downfield. Mac looks a little timid, but Mac went to run heavy Alabama. Why would they pick him in New England anyway? Neither here nor there. But yeah, this kid can play, and I think he can have a big game today. Just please, kid, please, just stay away from sauce. Just stay away from sauce. You'll be all right.
Yeah. That would be good advice.
Stay away from sauce. You good to go.
I hope you watch this.
Please watch this. Stay away from sauce. That's all I had. But no, Patriots in the fairly close one. Yeah, Patriots.
I got the Patriots in this. The Jets, man, they just went south of the border. And I don't know if it has to do with Aaron Rodgers going down earlier in the season. Because, there's a lot of high hopes for the Jets, man. And I think that Aaron would have helped them win some games. But at the same time, once again, he went down early in the season. And they just look, you saw some flashes here and there.
Yeah.
But they just look horrible now. And when you look at the Patriots, they you see some flashes there, that this team maybe they can play. So I think after they add a few pieces, maybe next year they'll look a lot better. But yeah, you're right. Zappy is the guy, to hit him, at the quarterback
because
position.
they tried to make him the New York Packers. That's why it happened to him.
Okay.
Yeah, they did. They did. But I got the Patriots in this one. I got the Patriots winning this one. All right, fellas, how about the Buccaneers versus the Panthers? Buccaneers versus Panthers. Who you guys like?
My nephew is going to love this because we both Alabama haters, so they're going to eat Bryce Young alive for real. Yeah, I think Carolina gets 8 alive in this one. They have nothing to protect Bryce. Their defense is not that good. There's just no other way. And your boy is down there at quarterback playing lights out. He's got Tampa Bay playing pretty good football. So give me the Bucs in this one.
Well, oh no, for starters, that's not be right. But give me the Bucs. Of course. Mainly, I'll give my personal reason before I give my actual perspective as a guy that studies football. Alabama's not going to win nothing. I don't care if he's in the league or not. No Bryce Young. Start there. Now, on a more serious note, let's get that out of the way. I do feel like, what? All jokes aside, Bryce Young's actually a hell of a player.
Without question.
He's not in a good situation, though.
No, he's not.
It's not. It's very similar to Justin Fields, like I told y'all before, where this guy is running for his life every snap. The difference is Bryce Young can't run. So it's like, oh, well, yeah, you're asking the paraplegic to run for his life. Good luck with that.
Wow.
Yeah. But, he does have Thielen and who else? Chuba Hubbard's actually a pretty good receiving back. He might be better at catching the ball running than he is rushing because the line is bad. And because he's another one. Chuba Hubbard's a player. He's a player, man. Hey, you can have Walter Payton and Barry Sanders. If they have that line, those guys would be nobodies in the league. It is what it is, Right. So they're going to get smacked.
They get the belt. They get the belt.
But, yeah. And because Bryce Young absolutely aired out to Devontae Smith in that championship game over Ohio State. I'm gonna get a kick out of this. I'm gonna love it.
Well, you're gonna have you're gonna have a field day because truth be told, Baker Mayfield has had a really good season.
Yes, he has. Yes.
And you remember, I hate when people do this. They write people off. They don't have it no more. They can't play the game. And what I like about Baker is Baker said, all right, I'm gonna show you guys. He goes to Tampa and look what he's done. Man, I'll tell you, he's had a real good season. I like the Buccaneers over the Panthers because the Panthers just ain't a good football team, man.
Yeah, they just there's no other way to put it other than what my nephew said. They just suck.
I'm not sure if they're the best football team in North Carolina. Hey, I think UNC might be able to get them. I think Drake May might be able to win that game. Hey, I'm just saying. But no, to piggyback off what you said though, man. Look, people wrote Baker Mayfield off very fast. Baker was he was nice as a Sooner. I had my own personal beef with Baker as well. Because you remember when Baker planted the flag in the middle of the O. Baker, I'm gonna still get you for that. But point being, the guy was with the Browns.
Cleveland.
Played for the Browns.
And he played injured, man.
And then there's that. And then he went to go play for McVay. I don't think
Carolina.
What he has to offer. No, because he was in with the Rams last year too. That didn't fit. It just didn't. That didn't fit. And that doesn't mean he's a bad quarterback. That just means
it doesn't fit their system.
Yeah, you took a triangle and got mad at it because it wouldn't roll. Like, I don't understand. Like, dude, no, that's not how that works. That means he's a bad quarterback. You're just asking a fish to jump. Like, just stop. Hey, they swim, they don't jump. It's period. But, now he's in a system where, you know what? Well, I noticed with Tampa, after Brady, kind of was like, all right, I'm going to retire for real. I'm not going to unretire. I'm going to do my thing on the golf course. Even though I broke my whole family up. Point being, anyway. I think that the coaching staff in Tampa is trying to do with Baker what Harbaugh did with Lamar. We're going to not just put you on the center and say, okay, look, we need X, Y, Z, Z, Y, X, 1, 2, 3. Hey, man, what you want to do? What can we do where this fits you? And that's when you trust the guy. If you don't trust the guy, if you don't know he has a talent that you can trust in. It's showing. It's showing. It's showing. So, shout out to Baker Mayfield. All right. It's there. It's there. And if it's going to be a good one for me to watch, I'm going to go get some old fashions going, and I'm going to enjoy that. I am. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, fellas. How about the Bengals versus the Browns? Bengals versus Browns. Who you guys liking in that one? Or should I say the Browns versus Bengals? Bengals at home.
It don't matter. 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 The Bengals' whole outlook, don't get me wrong. Browning is playing a whale, dude.
Yep.
Browning is doing this thing, trying to do everything he can to keep the ship upright. He's doing a phenomenal job. He's just not Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the intangibles that Joe Burrow has. And Cleveland's defense is one of them defenses that's going to get after you. I don't know if they're going to sit anybody because, again, Cleveland's spot is already signed, sealed, delivered. So I don't know if they're going to send anybody. I don't know if they're going to keep everybody playing or not. But even still, even if they don't, I got Cleveland winning this ball game. I think the defensive side of Cleveland is going to absolutely manhandle Cincinnati's offense. It's just they don't have the punch anymore, and it's just when they lost Burrow, they lost the juice. So give me the Browns in this one.
I'm gonna actually take the Bengals. And to be honest, it's because I like Brownie. Here's how I see Brownie. If you give him the Cowboys defense, he's Cooper Rush.
Okay, granted that.
He's a sound guy. He could possibly win you the game, possibly. Maybe. He ain't gonna turn. Hey, he could possibly win you the game, but I don't think he'll lose you the game though. I don't see.
He did that against Pittsburgh.
Well, well, yeah, he did. But but I actually like this kid though. I think the kid can play. I think he has some good weapons. This Chase dude got to stop all this crime. he got to stop that. Higgins is aggressive. I definitely like Higgins a lot. Yeah, and then again, what makes some of these quarterbacks, especially with these quarterbacks being backups, it helps when they have tailbacks who can catch. Joe Mixon can catch.
Absolutely,
that helps, man. That helps a lot. So
yeah.
their defense is very suspect. So I'm not gonna, be super like, oh yeah, Cincy, but I think Cincy can get this one done though. Yeah.
And I think the Browns take care of business.
Okay.
That defense gonna be too much for them guys. The Bengals just don't have it no more. They don't. All right, fellas. Game that I want to talk about.
Here we go.
The Bears versus the Packers at Lambeau Field. When it's all said and done, do you guys still think that we'll own them? What do you guys think about this game?
Let me kick this one off, man. So, man, look, the Bears have a pretty good defense still. Bears defense is pretty good. They have Justin Fields who gets things done. They still got DJ Moore. He gets things done. They have a pretty smooth team. Where's this game at, Jay?
Lambeau Field.
Don't worry about it. Joe Love taking his belt off. Man, look. If you ask me, it's as simple as this. Y'all remember when we talking Peanut Tillman, Mike Brown, Lance Briggs, Urlacher, all those guys? What happened when Rex Grossman was getting 3 and outs every possession? Them boys needed real Gatorade. For real. And oxygen mask. Tommy Harris, Aguilar, all them dudes was great. That was a great defense. Way better than this Bears defense now. This is good, but that defense in 07 was great. Man, look, the way Justin Fields runs for his life and the way and as aggressive as the Packers defense was kind of all season, but this game just has that OSU Michigan or Iron Bowl, that effect. This game breeds a different type of tenacity, especially for Green Bay because they have something to prove. Aaron Rodgers didn't say we own Chicago. He said I own Chicago. So the Packers like, no, we own Chicago. So they have a different little chip on their shoulder right now. And Jordan Love kind of, has some pretty big shoes to fill. And I think unlike a lot of guys who've been put in these kind of situations, not in Green Bay, because when Favre first left, it was who we gonna do? Who we gonna sign? And Rodgers was like, "So y'all really gonna treat me like this? Like y'all serious?" Instead, they got things done. Now Rodgers gets his ring, he leaves. What we gonna do? And Jordan Love like, "Oh, we're here again." Oh, really? Watch this. All right. Jordan Love is comfortable. The one thing that you don't want if you're a Bears fan is a Packers quarterback to be comfortable. What you really don't want is a Packers quarterback to be comfortable at Lambeau Field. Hey, bro, look, this ain't about to go well. It's not. Packers, man. Packers. Packers 2 touchdowns.
I'm going to say this, and I'm being respectful.
Oh, that's not a good start.
Your boy has been playing pretty good football the last 3 to 4 weeks. Justin Fields has been kind of on a little bit of a tear the last 3 to 4 weeks.
Yes.
And with it being off season and with him being trade bait possibly, I think he's going to leave a lasting impression. So the upset specialist that I am,
Okay.
I'm going to be like what your mom say, bear down.
Oh, man, she killed me with that. Man, mom be killing me with that, man. Yeah.
I got the Bears winning a shocker and a squeaker.
Okay.
Well, it's just something in me that's telling me that the Bears is gonna win this game. I mean, I want to say I feel the love, but I just don't think that. I think the Bears are gonna play spoiler. I think because the Pack, they all they got to do is win and they in. But I think that the Bears will win this game, and I think it'll be by a field goal. I get the Bears by a field goal.
Oh, Jay, change your background, man. Come on. Come on, man.
I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I gotta be honest. I just feel like the Bears are gonna play spoiler. And I think that they're gonna win this one by a field goal. They're gonna win this one. All right. The Cowboys versus the Commanders.
Okay.
Well,
Cowboys versus Commanders. Who you guys like?
Hey, you know what? Quiet as this kept, though, the Commanders always play them tough. It don't even matter if they're in the middle of having a bad season and the Cowboys is on the roll. They always seem to give the Cowboys a hard way to go.
Facts.
Number one, it's a division game. When you're in the middle of a division game, a lot of times records don't matter. It's about I own you or I don't. Or it's about I got pride and I'm going to play. We got to make sure we shut the door on.
Right.
Where is this game being played at?
Thank you. That's my question.
The Commanders are at home.
Ha!
I don't think it matters, but
oh yeah, it matters. Why does it matter? Dallas does not play well on the road. Give me the Commanders.
So, we all know I'm a Cowboys fan, but as previously stated, not on record, I'm not one of those delusional Cowboys fans. I like the game of football more than I like the Cowboys, so I refuse to be a weird Cowboy liar. Okay, so go with that. But our defense is pretty good. I think this game is going to be close. We really need, if Pollard's even going to play, I'm not even sure what's happening there, but he needs to get it going. On the ground. Dak can't throw. Dak is inconsistent enough as is. He can't just throw the ball every down. I don't care who he play against. They ain't gonna win. They play Texas Longhorns. if Dak throw the ball every game, we in trouble. You know, it's what it is. Now, let me say this though. That what's that boy name? That Hal? Yeah, Hal's a gunslinger. He's fearless. He's fearless. And he has a cannon. Sam Howell has a cannon. Like, look, he ain't afraid to put the ball in tight spaces. He's very confident. And he even walk with a little step too. You know, he got a little swag in his walk. That boy ain't playing no games. So I'm gonna say my Cowboys in a close one, but you know, we are going against a guy where, you know, don't let him get hot 2 drives. If he throws the ball for over 40 yards, 2 drives, back to back, we in trouble. Don't let that boy find out he hot. Hey, don't let that. It's like Kyle Korver. Remember Kyle Korver? Let him make 2 threes. Hey, don't let that boy find out he hot today. It's gonna be a long day. So I'm gonna go with my Cowboy. I'm a little iffy because the game's in Washington. So I'm a little scared. But I'm gonna go with my Cowboys though.
I think the Cowboys might even rest people this game because they've already locked up the 2 seed. So they may rest some folks just to be ready for first round.
Okay. Well, rather they play Tony Pollard, not ain't gonna be no difference because he don't do it on the ground no way. So all right. Wait for me.
Yeah, but I believe the Cowboys will probably rest people probably because of them locking up the 2 seed. Although I will give your boy props. CD Lamb is playing his tail off. CD Lamb is actually having a really, really good year.
Man, CD was getting like a whole lot of like scrutiny. 2 people saying that he wasn't a true number 1. And look at his numbers now. Like he's definitely a true number 1. Like
he was showing you that when he was at Oklahoma, dude.
who was that throwing him? Was it Baker? I think it was.
I think it was Baker that was throwing him.
And they was lighting the country up.
Yeah.
It was lighting the country.
CD Lamb, he been true since Oklahoma.
Yep. I'm just glad it's showing now. Yeah.
But
well,
enough
fellas,
of that. I'm a Cowboy hater, so I mean, you know.
Oh, hey. Well.
I know the Cowboys have had their woes on the road. I get it, but I still think that they'll beat the Commanders. All right, fellas, how about the Broncos versus the Raiders? Broncos versus the Raiders. Who you guys liking in this one?
I can't believe that they messed around and bench Russ. But they bench Russ. Probably because the Broncos can't figure it out and they probably need to check. They probably need to sit Russ. I look for Vegas to come out super aggressive. Devontae's gonna eat well. Give me the Raiders in this one. I think the Raiders pull this out.
This is gonna be one of those games. You know what? I truly wish. Rest in peace, my granddad. After this game, I'll just call my granddad just to hear him talk crazy. He's a huge Raiders fan. They about to be. Hey, look. Man, y'all know what's going on. Man, look, Raiders, man. I'm gonna leave it at that. This is about to be up. Raiders. I ain't gonna say nothing. Raiders. It's all good.
Yeah, a lot of people are upset about what happened with Russ, but Stidham's a good quarterback. But I think that the Raiders are playing good football, man, and I think the Raiders are going to beat them, especially being at home too. Yeah, Broncos in trouble. All right, fellas, how about the Eagles versus the Giants? Eagles versus Giants. Who you guys liking in this one?
You know what? So the Eagles, I'm sure Hurts should be resting, right? Because Hurts has been having. I don't think he's been reported, but Hurts is clearly battling some type of injury. He literally has to be based on how he's been playing. He even looks a step slower than his running. So I would hope that he's not playing today because of where they are as far as the playoffs go. Now, As for the Giants, well, I'll ask you this. Are we going with Tyrod Taylor or are we going with Tommy DeVito?
Tyrod played, I believe, the last game.
See, now, look. I need little Michael Corleone to go out there and get it done. Look, no. I like DeVito, and not just because he's a Big Ten guy, but I think he brings a certain type of look. He's young and cocky. The Giants aren't. They need that edge. Tyrod Taylor's been inconsistent for a very long time. And the part that weirds me out so much about Tyrod Taylor, he's a player. Like the dude can play. So play. So just do it. But that's neither here. But either way, I think they can pull it out. Yeah. The Eagles, who did they just lose to recently? It was crazy. That was somebody had no business losing to.
Arizona.
They just lost to the Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona.
Hey, yo. Yeah, look, that's crazy. So, yeah, I think that either Tyrod Taylor or Tommy can get it done. Hopefully it's Tommy because I like Tommy a lot. But, yeah, I'm going to take the Giants either way.
Well, as your boy Lee Corso would say, not so fast, my friend.
Slow you roll.
To your point, the Eagles have struggled a lot.
Yes.
I think their struggle started after the San Francisco demolition.
Yeah.
I think they've lost their confidence after the San Francisco demolition. They have to figure out a way where they can get back to Eagles football. I think the Giants afford them an opportunity to get them some confidence before going into the playoffs because, as you well know, you don't want to go into the playoffs on a skid.
Yes. Facts.
If you go into the playoffs in a skid, your confidence is shot. 9 times out of 10, that first round, you're going to get eliminated. So I look for Philly to get a little bit of their juice back, and they beat the Giants.
Okay.
I like the Eagles in this one. I think the Eagles will win this one. I think they're about to get back, into their winning ways right before the playoffs. All right, fellas, how about the Seahawks versus the Cardinals? Seahawks versus the Cardinals. Who you guys liking in this one?
I know Kyler Murray is chomping at the bit of this game. Gino boy talking about, they didn't write back. Kyler like, man, they could never stop me. I didn't need no letters. So I think the loss last week with Seattle kind of hurt them. I think the loss to Pittsburgh, them Steelers kind of got them. I think Arizona's going to pull one more shocker to end the year. Give me the Cardinals in this one.
I'm going to go with the same. I think Arizona can get this done. Sometimes when you get a big upset like the one that they just had, sometimes you just gotta go with the hot hand. I think they're carrying a little bit of a different swagger right now, and I think it's gonna show in this game. I'm gonna take Arizona.
I like Arizona in this one too. Yeah, these guys right now, yeah, they walking around, man, with their head up. Finally. Finally. I mean, they done knocked off some teams now. If you look at it, if y'all remember, they knocked off Dallas early in the season.
They knocked off Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, they've knocked off some teams, man. So definitely, if this team can put it together that they can make something happen. But it's late in the season. But this is something that few for next year. But
Exactly.
so I believe that the Cardinals will beat the Seahawks. I got the Cardinals in this one. All right, fellas, how about the Rams versus the 49ers? Rams versus 49ers. Who you guys like it in this one?
Ah, 49ers is probably resting folks because they're the number 1 seed and they got a first round bye, and they'll still beat the Rams. Give me the 49ers in this one. I still think that they'll get it done.
I'm gonna go with the Rams on this one. Only because the 49ers should be resting some people. I think the Rams are gonna do kind of like Jay, what you said about the last game for the Cardinals. I think they're trying to go into this looking for something to kind of hang their hat on a good note for this year and carry some momentum in the next year. And well, not momentum per se, because between the playoffs all season that'll kind of die out, there. But just to kind of end on a good note, and put in some of your third string guys who usually don't get too much tick out there on the field, and kind of see what guys are made of. At game speed, practice team stuff, that's fine. Practice, that's fine. Training camp, that's fine. You don't know until you're at game speed in a game. Hey, those lights change things. That crap, those fans screaming, that changes things. So those cameras change things. So you have to see what your guys are made of at game speed. And I think this is a great time for them to kind of, go in their bag and see who can really do what. And they may surprise themselves with some of their guys who don't see the field as much. So I think this is one of those times where the hungriest players eat. So yeah, I'm going Rams.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that, Rod. I feel like since the 49ers going to be resting players, I think that the Rams are going to win this game. So I'm rolling with the Rams in this one. All right, how about the Chiefs versus the Chargers? Who you guys liking in this one? Chiefs versus Chargers.
I'm not taking the Chargers to win nothing never. Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. The Chiefs are going in to the playoffs kind of limping. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I would not be surprised if they played Patrick Mahomes for a half because of how they've been playing offensively the last few weeks. I would not be surprised to see him for at least a half or a quarter. But like you said, I'm not picking the Chargers to win nothing, so give me the Chiefs.
So yes, I second that. And I actually want to show you guys something real quick. This is just let me see.
Oh, here you go, man.
Hey, I'm just saying. All right, so I'm not sure if y'all can see this. My background, never mind. Okay, basically, the Chargers have the third worst passing defense in the NFL. And for a while they were 32nd, like ranked the worst. They give up on average for this year 256 passing yards a game. So, 260 sounds like a fairly good game for a guy like Mahomes or, a Brady, a Manning. That's versus everybody. Everybody, but man, look, they can put me out there. I'll throw for 260 on the Chargers right now. Hey, man, look, yeah, no, I ain't voting for them. I do think that the way things have been going recently, I do think I agree Mahomes is probably going to get at least a quarter. And they will win. The Chiefs will win this game as long as Kadarius Toney just doesn't touch the field. He gotta stop these tip drill interceptions. He's bad for Mahomes' mental health. If you want Mahomes to be successful, get Tony off the field. I'm sorry,
As long as
Mahomes.
they don't call, as long as they don't throw to the Scandrick, Valdez Scandrick.
Him too. Look. So Tony gets all the heat, but MVS drops a lot of balls in him right in the hands too. That's very true. But like I think Mahomes even went out on a limb. He and Andy Reid both to try to have Tony's back by publicly going at the refs over that call where the refs got it right. I think the
behind that part.
Yes.
How do you get mad for a guy lining up off sides?
I don't even think they were mad about that. I think they were more so just mad in general and trying not to publicly blast Tony, because if you look on the sidelines, they were talking about Tony. They had to change the angle to not, blast their guy to the media. I like what they did there, but they should have just said nothing on the stand and said that we weren't talking about Tony. He's good. He's our guy. We trust him. Leave it at that. Don't go blame the finger at the ref for making the right call. That's crazy. But even after, remember, that following week, he had the tip drill for a pick. And Mahomes was like, I can't do nothing with this dude.
Dude, literally. He's been doing this the whole season, dude. He's been doing this the whole season.
I read Mahomes' lips. He said verbatim, what do you want me to do? He said, man, what you want me to do?
I can't run out there and give you the ball. Come on.
He might still fumble it. I don't know. Look.
Most every time he's thrown the ball to him, he's hit him in the numbers, in the hands, in an area where he can catch the ball. And come on.
That's a doggone ball, man.
So, in essence, what are we paying you for?
Why are you here?
Like what? Like that question I asked Pittsburgh with Mason Rudolph. Why are you here?
Better than Trubisky.
I'll tell you what. The last two games, he's been better than Trubisky.
If you suited up right now and played quarterback, you'd be better than Mr. Trubisky.
Dude,
it's all bad.
I would have preferred, me personally, I would have preferred to keep Josh Dobbs, but that's a whole nother topic.
I agree. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs because I refuse to side with the Chargers. And anything after Sean Merriman and LaDainian Tomlinson and like Marty Chambers, anything after that, no, I'm good. I'll pass.
Yeah, the Chargers, they at all-time low right now. Chiefs, they can put their scrubs in there and still beat these guys.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with the Chiefs, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. The Bills and the Dolphins. It's going to be a good one. Bills versus Dolphins. Who you guys liking in that one?
Now, you know what's great about this game? Neither one of them can sit nobody.
Right.
This is all about winning you're in. So this is everybody laying it on the line. This is about making plays and making sure you get in. And if I'm not mistaken, this game is being played in Miami.
Yes, sir.
I think Buffalo got the benefit of the doubt of the cold weather game they played earlier this year. I think Miami has a rebuttal for that. I think Miami wins this game.
Okay. So, I just checked the score app. I see that the Bills are 2.5-point favorites. I don't know why or how, but they are for some reason. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna take Miami. I think the last thing that you want to be up against in a win situation is Waddle, Mostart, and Hill in the 305. Yikes. Honestly, I thought this game was in Buffalo, but I forgot they already played the Buffalo game already. I forgot about that. Yeah, there's certain games
they absolutely manhandled them in Buffalo.
they did. They did. Yeah. Them 305 boys go home and get a little crazy, man. Yeah, I don't Miami.
Yeah,
I'm thinking Miami.
This might turn into what me and Mike Jones affectionately call the track meet.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom. Rod, I think it's gonna get ugly. I think it's gonna get ugly. I think Miami is gonna just run up the score on these guys. I really do. I think this is gonna be 14 or more. 14 or more. I got Miami in this one.
This is Tyreek and them running a 4x1 on this one. I think they want it.
Yes, sir.
4x1 is crazy.
All right, fellas, it's been a real one.
Definitely.
Yes,
been
sir.
a real one. Until the next time, 234 Sports Talk. You can catch us right here on YouTube. You can catch us on TikTok. You can catch us on Instagram. You can catch us on X.
There we go.
Till the next time, we are out of here. Peace.
All right, y'all.